in services, providing, exports, foreign exchange. The gentleman that we watched on the clip said data is the new oil. It's true, because you need to know what's happening. You need to be able to gather the right data, and data drives, the behavior. For instance, Facebook is looking at some of those other big companies. They look at how people behave. They gather that data, and it propels what they do in terms of sales. So if you analyze how your customers behave, if you're able to get that data and you analyze it, it will help you in charting a course. Okay, fine, we need more of this, we need less of that. In fact, the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics is a good example, providing us data that we need to take very, very critical decisions. So that again pushes services. So services is really,
so it's not just about goods, it's all about services too.
Goods and services.
Indeed. So we'll take a break now. When we return, our conversation will continue as it sheds more light on the importance of diversifying the Nigerian economy. Yeah, welcome back, and I still have Nwosu Collins. My guest in the studio is a Trade Ambassador, International Facilitation Association. Let's talk about Nigeria being the first country in Africa, to record the first successful transaction through just what you were saying earlier before we went on the break, the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System. What does this mean for Nigerian non-oil exports?
PAPS is, Afrexim putting up PAPS is great. Again, you cannot do trade if you do not have a way of exchanging money. Trade is successful when your goods or services have crossed and someone has made a payment for it. That's the essence of all of the programs we're running, or the RT 600, whatever it is. You repatriate your funds. So PAPS has now made it easy. And PAPS is significant for us because what it will do is that as we trade within Africa, as we take advantage of this huge market that has been created under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, we need to have a way of paying the dirhams that is coming out of Morocco with the CFA. How do you do that? We cannot now start a system and index in dollars. It defeats the purpose. So we have to find a way of paying ourselves on the continent. Now, perhaps as a gateway is making it easy. I can trade with the chap and exchange cedi for naira, and they will do the exchange and I get my money, and I'm not losing, they're not losing. We're not affecting our economies, because that was also a risk, a big risk that comes with the free trade area. How do we dominate? Do we create a single currency and everybody runs with it? But with the electronic payment systems and perhaps driving it, it makes it so convenient that I can do business with other people within the continent, for instance, which is what I think we should even be focusing on. You do business with someone in Cameroon, you're doing it with someone in Togo, you're doing it with someone in South Africa, Uganda, wherever it is.
Even without meeting each other.
No, even without meeting each other. You're able to do your business, and somebody is standing in between there saying, look, I will make that payment happen. And you're not struggling to look for dollars. You're not going to the black market to change. The person is not struggling to, hustle to see where they can get dollars from. No. They sit down and local currency is exchanged, and the exchange takes care of it. That is significant, that's critical, and that's, I think, a lot of awareness needs to be created so that exporters know that we can do this. And there's a lot of wealth on the continent. We just need to immense wealth on the continent. We need to recognize it, take advantage of the tools we have, and build ourselves.
Okay, talking about the focus on states and their contribution to the oil sector and the economy itself, how can someone in the state who wants to begin the export business understand the chain of production itself briefly?
Oh yeah. So the major thing I could say is that the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, which is the equivalent of NNPC, has representation in all the states. So they have centers that you can go to and get information. That's the first place. So say every Nigerian go there, get information. Right now there's also a program running with the National Orientation Agency, so you can go there, get information. But if you want to do business, there's also your phone. So we have a huge mobile penetration. Almost 80% of the Nigerians have access to the internet through their mobile phones. Google is your friend. Go there and just type in steps to export. And export is one thing where you work from the answer backwards. You ask, what is the market looking for? I have it. Okay, how do they want it? So customer satisfaction from the export perspective is how the customer views it. So I want your granite mashed, not squeeze. Fine, okay, I will mash it and I will not squeeze it, and that becomes the standard. So you can use Google, but these centers are there. The Export Promotion Council has centers. NOA is joining, partnering with them now to create a lot of awareness. We at ITFA were also there online creating a lot of awareness. So you can do that, but take advantage of what we have. Again, the internet, the phone that is in our hands. Unlike before, where you needed to go to, it was difficult to get information. Yeah, but now you can actually Google it and get the information. What is the market looking for? And it's there, and begin to streamline from what you have in your backyard. You might find that you have you have gold in your backyard and you need to process it, but there's a process for it.
It's all about technology. It's key here.
Yes, technology is key as the means for providing information and the right data.
Okay, Nwosu Collins, Trade Ambassador, International Facilitation Association. Thank you so much for coming on Weekend Fire.
Thank you for having me.
Learning from your experience itself.
Thank you for having me.